Hey guys, it's summertime, so it's time to start barbecuing. Today I'm going to recreate one of my absolute barbecue favourites, which is the barbecue rib. They are succulent, juicy and tender. However, they're also rather expensive if you order them whilst eating out. So I decided to recreate the classic barbecue rib at home in order to save a little bit of money. An additional bonus is this recipe requires no smoker, no barbecue grill, no nothing. Just an oven with a grill setting, that's all you need. Also, this video is made in honor of one of my many heroes. He is a legend, a king, a British icon. He is Ainsley Harriot. I thought it would be appropriate to wear a t-shirt because it says, "Give your meat a good old rub."
Give your meat a good old rub. Yeah, boy.
And we're dealing with meat today. So, yeah. First things first, we're going to want to preheat our oven to 150 degrees Celsius. Now, this may seem a rather low temperature, lower than I would usually use for most standard dishes, but the key to barbecue and the key to good, tender barbecue ribs is the low and slow technique. So we're going to cook our ribs at quite a low temperature for an extended period of time so that the meat just falls to the bone. Okay, so first things first, we're going to make a delicious rub for our ribs, and this is going to make them taste all delicious and well seasoned, etc. So to begin, we're going to take a small mixing bowl and we're going to add 1 tablespoon of brown sugar, 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, 1 tablespoon of smoked paprika. If you don't have smoked paprika, just ordinary paprika is totally fine. And then seasoned with salt and pepper to taste. And just whisk that all together until evenly combined. And just set that to one side. Okay, so let's talk about your meat. So when making barbecue ribs, there are a variety of options. You can go for either St. Louis or baby back ribs. I've gone for baby back ribs, and they are a type of pork rib. For all my halal homies out there, beef ribs are also suitable for barbecue ribs. In terms of serving sizes, you want to aim for about half a rack of ribs per person. So today I'm going to be making ribs for 4 people. So I actually have 2 racks of ribs in total. There's only one here, I have another one in the fridge, but 2 racks should be enough for 4 people. So that's enough discussion. It's time to inspect your meat. So basically, what you want to check before you dive on in, on the bone side, which I'm currently on now, this part, there may be like a slight membrane over the bone area, and basically you want to remove that because it's not going to be pleasant to eat. I had my membrane removed already because we went to like a butcher's and they did it for us. So yeah, if you want the membrane removed, you can get your butcher to do it if you're buying from butchers, or if you're buying from a supermarket, the membrane is often removed already. But if the membrane hasn't been removed, what you can do is work your finger underneath the membrane and you can just tear it off. It's actually not too tricky to do it yourself. Okay, so now you're gonna want to take your dry rub mixture, which we made earlier, and you're gonna want to give your meat a good old rub. You're going to want to season both the meat side and the bone side, so not just one side. Be quite generous with the seasoning. Don't be afraid to just slather it on. Really get in there and massage your meat. If the meat starts to change colour, that's always a good sign that you're seasoning it properly. You can smell the rub. It's very, very tasty. Okay, flip that boy over. So that's the meat side done. Don't neglect the bone side as well. This gets quite messy, but it's pretty fun to do. Pretty therapeutic. Even season the size of your meat. You don't want to leave any part uncovered. Okay, so boom. That is 1 rack of ribs completo. And you're just going to want to repeat that with our wraps of ribs that you're preparing. By the end of it, you're going to want to have a completely empty bowl of dry rub. You're not going to want to have any of the seasoning left. If your meat looks like that when you're finished, you know you're good to go. Okay, so now we're going to wrap our ribs entirely in foil. This is going to ensure that no juices escape when we cook them in the oven, because the juice is where all the flavors are. We don't want to lose any of those. So yeah, make sure the ribs are entirely covered. You don't want any exposed areas, as these can also burn. So once all your ribs are nicely wrapped up in foil, you're going to want to place them in the oven and let them cook for 3 hours. You're going to want to make sure the folded side is pointing up, so the side where the foil has been folded is pointing upwards to minimize leakage of juices. And there we go.
3 hours later.
Oh, these ribs are looking mighty fine. Mighty tasty. Alright, so you take the ribs out of the oven and you switch the oven to the grill setting now.
Not gonna too much.
Whoa.
Damn. Put it lightly.
Oh, it smells phenomenal. So we're gonna take a little bit of Barbeque sauce and we're gonna brush the top side of our ribs.
It wasn't even pie in the back. Not pie in the back, it wasn't pie in the back.
Don't be afraid to just slather it on. Once you have finished brushing your ribs with barbecue sauce, you want to carefully take them out of the tin foil and transfer them directly onto the grill. You then want to place your ribs in the oven and grill them until the layer of barbecue sauce is nice and caramelized. Attempt to flip the ribs over and brush the upper side with barbecue sauce. Once again, place the ribs onto the grill and grill them until they are caramelized on the other side. Okay, so now the ribs are done, so it's time to check in on the people who are going to eat them. Why are you filming this for? These are hungry customers.
Angry customers.
Hungry.
We're gonna get hungry, very hungry.
Finally, it is time to serve your ribs. I serve mine with a nice side of corn on the cob and freshly cooked oven chips. Delicious. This should look banging. I mean, this stuff looks banging. This is bossy. That sounds done.